At just 13 years old, Richmonder Elijah Coles Brown has already proven himself to be a dynamic speaker and performer. He's also an entrepreneur. As CEO, Elijah heads up his own company called Dreamers Imagine Production. He's a social justice advocate who will be taking part in and speaking at the Children's March on Washington. Elijah is here today along with D.C. local ambassador for the march, Laura Sanders, to fill us in on what will be happening on August 12th in the nation's capital. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Good morning, Laura. Nice to meet you. I'm going to start with you, Laura. Just kind of give us an overview of what the Children's March on Washington is all about.
All right, so the Children's March on Washington is really an event for children to make their voices heard on the different issues that matter to them. We have an incredible lineup of speakers, young people like Elijah, who have a lot to say about issues in their lives, issues that are happening in national politics, and we wanted to give them a chance to speak for themselves and in some cases speak for all of us in terms of the priorities that we should be embracing as communities. So we're really excited about the kids that are coming from all across the country, and we're really just trying to create a platform for them to hear what they have to say and to help them move forward as activists.
Now, you say issues that matter to them. Give us an idea of some of the issues that will be touched on by some of the speakers.
All right, we have speakers on a wide range of issues, from education to the school to prison pipeline to the environment, women and girls empowerment. What else? That's about it off the top of my head.
Mass incarceration.
Mass incarceration. Yeah, see,
gun
you
violence,
know this. Exactly.
Police
Thank you.
brutality.
And Elijah, you are one of the speakers. What's your topic going to be?
My topic is going to be children in STEM, because we do need more people to be in the STEM field, because not a lot of people know that as far as science, technology, engineering, and math, a lot of things that you want to be, like whether you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a police officer, it has to deal with STEM in some way. And we have to get a lot more kids involved in the STEM field. That's why I think that's important.
And I understand you want to be an engineer.
Yes, ma'am. I do want to be an engineer. And in pursuing my goal, I am actually the president of the Nubian Village chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, this is coming up in a couple of weeks, the Children's March on Washington.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
kind of give us a sneak preview of the message you want to pass along to the crowd that's going to gather there?
Well, the message I want to pass along to the crowd is the fact that, like I said, with children in STEM, how we need especially more children of color, because not a lot of children of color, not people of color, are actually in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math field. And with engineering, engineering is a very broad field. There's mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, all kinds of engineering. There's hundreds of types, nameless. And I want to spread to the world, I want to spread to this nation in this Children's March on Washington that you can be a part of science, technology, engineering, and math to make this world a better place.
Elijah, how important do you think it is for a gathered group to be able to hear from a peer, someone who has his own business, someone who's an entrepreneur, someone who's passionate about what you're doing in the STEM field, and see maybe somebody who's succeeding even at this young age?
Well, what I think it does is, I think when the youth like me, we all come together for this Children's March on Washington, and we're able to speak up on these topics, these issues that are affecting our day-to-day lives and affect us just as much as they affect adults as well. It really gives youth an opportunity to really see through the messages that are being delivered at this Children's March, and it really gives them an opportunity to relate to what the speakers like me, speakers like, we're gonna have someone named, we call her Roxy as well, Natalie McGriff. Speakers like a new local speaker that's just been added, Shazab Lakhani, he's gonna be speaking about disability rights as well. And it really gives youth an opportunity to relate to the messages that are being delivered by their peers and really see through and be able to talk to them together.
Is, Laura, that kind of idea is to present this platform, so who are you hoping will be listening?
Well, I think first and foremost, our audience is children. We hope that children across the country and across the world will see that they can raise their voices, that they can speak up, and that people are listening. I hope that it will encourage young people, young activists like Elijah and others to connect with one another, to form coalitions and to support one another as they move forward. And I very much hope that adults are listening too. I think that as we discuss issues like healthcare, like policing, we often forget that our decisions have a profound impact on children. And sometimes those voices get sort of lost in the politics. And so I hope that adults are listening and that this can help us maybe cut through some of the politics and really focus on how these things impact children's everyday lives.
The next generation as well. And Elijah, I saw on your website, quickly if you can tell us, you're putting together a bus tour to take some children up to Washington on that day.
Yes, ma'am. My company, Dreamers Imagine, is actually sponsoring a bus trip to the Children's March on Washington because I want to get youth from this local area, youth to be able to go to the Children's March on Washington to experience what the speakers are going to be talking about and to really understand what's going on in our world. And as well as that, we also need donations and support for this Children's March because without the donations and support of the people of this country, this Children's March couldn't be a success. So I'm asking all the listeners, all the viewers for donations and support. There's a GoFundMe for the Children's March on Washington. You can go to the Children's March on Washington Facebook page and like it. And
well, actually, I know you've got information on your page, so we'll link ours to yours so that people can find that information. Elijah, thank you so much.
Amen.
And Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Children's March on Washington is coming up on Saturday, August 12th at the National March. The event kicks off at 10 a.m. And again, we'll put a link to more details at WTVR.com/VTM by early this afternoon.